Yo! So today guys, I thought I would show you my top 10 albums, because I think if you know someone's music tastes, I feel like you know them a lot better. I feel like that's something that I'd never tell someone the first time I met them. It sounds really weird because it's not like it's a secret, but I don't know, I feel like you need to get to know someone properly before they tell you their music taste. It's making it sound really weird, but I know what I mean. So I'm going to show you my top 10 favourite albums now, and maybe you'll know a bit better. This isn't in any order, by the way, because I would never be able to pick my absolute favourite album. So the first one is this one. It's Queens of the Stone Age, Like Clockwork. I don't really like any of their earlier albums. This is their most recent one, but my boyfriend likes them quite a lot and I thought I may as well give them a listen. And I really like this album. I listen to it a lot. My favourite song on it is probably If I Had a Tail. And I also really like this cover art. It's probably my favourite cover art out of all of the albums that I've got here. So yeah, Queens of the Stone Age, that's number one. Second one I'm going to show you is Everything Everything. This album, I don't actually know what it's called. Arc. It's called Arc. I don't actually listen to this album much anymore because when I was listening to it a lot, I wasn't having a great time. Not because of the music, just because of what was going on in life and stuff. So when I listen to it now, it kind of reminds me of that, and I don't really like thinking about that anymore. But I really like this album. I think it's a really good album. Maybe I'll listen to it again when I finish this video. Favourite song? I like the remix version of Don't Try, and I also like the one that has volcanoes in it, but I can't remember because I don't know the name of the song, but that's my favourite one. Next one's My Chemical Romance, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. I actually bought this after I bought their Welcome to the Black Parade album, but I actually like this one more. I listened to it a lot recently. It is 100% one of my favourite albums ever. Favourite song? Probably I'm Not Okay, but I didn't really think about that one that much, so it might not be. But I just really like this whole album. Next one's Ed Sheeran, Multiply. I got his Plus album when it came out as well, but I prefer Multiply. My favourite track on this is definitely Take It Back. I don't think it's in the normal version, I think it's only in the deluxe version, but it's definitely my favourite one. I really like his little rapping bits that he does, and I really like that song. Feels really raw when he's singing it, and I really enjoy that. Next one, Eminem, Marshall Mathers LP 2. I've got his LP 1, but I don't like it as much. I only bought it after I'd got this album because this is sort of like the sequel to that album. I really enjoy Eminem and his rap music sometimes. I recently watched Southpaw with that track of his called Phenomenal, and I really like that song as well. My favourite song on this, I don't really know. Might be Rap God, just because I enjoy trying to rap to that, because it goes so fast. But actually no, my favourite one is the first track, it's called Bad Guy. Yeah, and I also quite like this album because it has a little window here, and it all folds out like that. I just think it's really cool as a sort of collector's item as well. I don't know if anyone just collects albums even though they don't like them. Next album I want to show you is this. It's Channel Orange by Frank Ocean. I loved this album so much. I listened to it countless times. I can't wait for his new album, which he said was going to be out in July this year, but turns out it wasn't. So that's really annoying. So everyone's really anticipating that album because this one was absolutely amazing. Favourite track on this? I don't know because it doesn't even say the track names on here. Oh no, I know my favourite track, it's Bad Religion. I love that song. Yeah, Bad Religion, and then probably Pilot Jones, the one straight after, I think. Next one is Kill It Kid, and I think it's just called, oh, it's called You Owe Nothing. I heard I'll Be the First on Zane Lowe's show when he was still on Radio 1, and I really liked that song, so I figured I'd go out and buy the album. And you know, sometimes I go out and buy albums sometimes and I think, yeah, I'll listen to that, and I'll listen to it maybe one time through and I just won't get it and I won't listen to it again. That's happened to quite a few of my albums, but this is one of the ones that I carried on listening to on repeat and I really like it. Favourite track on this? Probably Caroline. There is another one that I really like. I like Cheap Revival, and also It Hurts to Be Loved by You. But yeah, these are more sort of rocky and different from the other albums that I've shown you. No, probably similar to My Chemical Romance most out of the ones I've shown you so far, but most similar, I think, is this, Marmosettes. I think this is called Weird and Wonderful Marmosettes. I just watched their live set at Reading on the TV, I wasn't actually there.
Sucks to be me.
But I really like them. They're a bit more rocky than Kill It Kid. Favourite track on here is probably Captivate You. It's a bit more of a slow one, but I love it. And they're just really cool. And I really like the album cover as well. Okay, so the last two on here are a bit more mainstream and poppy. One of them is Macklemore and Ryan Lewis with The Heist. I think this is one of the best albums ever written. My favourite songs on here, I used to say it was Wings, but I actually think now it's either Neon Cathedral, Jimmy Levine, there are like four that I can't choose out on this album. I really rate them as lyricists. That's probably all I can say about that. But I think Macklemore has, though he released like Thrift Shop, Can't Hold Us, Same Love obviously was a bit more serious, but I think a lot of the album is actually a lot more serious than people would expect, and I think you should go out and get it right now. Last album comes from my favourite band ever. Even though I don't listen to them that often anymore, I'd still class them as my favourite band because they've just been with me for my whole life and they mean quite a lot to me, and so does their music, because every single song of theirs seems to bring back a different memory for me. So it is McFly. This is my favourite one of their albums. It's Radioactive. I think it was released in like 2008, 2007 maybe. But this is when I really started to like them, and I went back out and I bought all of their albums that I hadn't got, all of their DVDs. I think this is definitely their best album. I think they would think that this is their best album as well. Their next album, Above the Noise, was a bit of a disappointment. I feel like they tried to fit in to sort of the chart that was around at that time, and they've really changed because of it. I'm also not really a huge fan of this whole McBuster thing they've got going on, and I'll wait for the next McFly album to come out, which I've been waiting for pretty much since Radioactive because I didn't like Above the Noise. I think a lot of their fans would really appreciate it if they went out of the McBusted thing. Don't get me wrong, I really appreciated it when they were on tour and they were doing their 10th anniversary concert. I thought it was really good that they brought Busted on. Maybe they could have released a single with them or something and just left it at that. But I think that they should stop now. Okay guys, so that was my 10 favourite albums. As you can see, I have a bit of a strange collection of music. Not because they are strange, just because they're not really the same genre or whatever, so yeah, but I like it. I like listening to different things every day. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any tips or anything, leave them down below. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up and please click subscribe because I'm severely lacking in subscribers. yeah, thank you. Bye guys.